What's up, guys? Thank you, Chris, with another daily recap. We're gonna go over the 13th, which is today. Um, Straight into it, we have intermediate 1 hour, 30-minute on field, news, relative equal highs, no, relative equal highs here, then all-time highs, and then a couple intermediate 1 hour session lows, 30, 1 hour BPR, stuff like that. So let's just get straight into it. Um, Coming in. So boom, right? We come in, we sweep 1 hour. I take the 1 minute fair value gap. Unfortunately, this is the only part that pissed me off because my rule is I don't trade the first 15 minutes of market open. I took this trade at 8:41, but we had high time frame rejection, V-shaped recovery, 1 minute fair value gap. We had time is that one. Time is that one. That is from so here. So here we sweep. So we have a high time frame SMT here. So we have a high time frame SMT here. So knowing that, I took this just because in my playbook this is an A+ setup. Like we have the V shape, we have the high time frame rejection, we have the inverse fair value gap, we have the high time frame SMT. But like I said, the only thing that pissed me off was I I knew I shouldn't have took this in the first 15 minutes, but it just seems so clean to me. And I'll explain it first, and then I'll explain what I did wrong. So here, unfortunately, we just didn't see any sort of profit. We saw this, but what I didn't notice is you switch over to the 5, we had an unfilled 5. If I would have seen that, I don't think I would have taken. Knowing that, if I would have taken it, still had noticed it, this most likely would have been my break even. So in my case, I probably would have it would have swung up and then break even swung down. But like I said, my first 15, I just shouldn't have traded. In all honesty, I just shouldn't have traded. Um, we take a $500 loss there. So yesterday's profit was pretty much down the drain today. Let's delete this. So we now sweep 1 hour. We now take 30. And I believe we have a 15 there. I want to say Patty took this one. This one seemed good in my opinion. I mean, we were rejecting off of a 30. You could have targeted that intermediate 5, or even then, yeah, you could just targeted that intermediate 5. Um, this is more of a pattern trade to me. Sorry, this is more of a pattern trade to me. Trade to me. If you would have targeted that high, the last one also, to me wasn't like. Now looking back at it, I should have just waited for the 30 minutes to get tapped. I mean, we were a few points away from the 30, but that's a pattern trade. You know what I mean? Taps into 15. We get pretty much consolidation for a few minutes. So we tap into the 15, right? We tap into the 15. While we're tapping into the 15, we leave a 15. We sweep out this 30. This unfilled 30 and unfilled 1 hour. Then I was gonna hop off, but I realized we were 12 points away from news, and news to me is such a good source of liquidity, draw, draw liquidity. Um, so here I'll go over this really quick. While I have the 2 minute. This is what I call the CB, as y'all can tell in the video. I did want to try it. Take this 2 minute inversion. You know, we could have put stops at the close and targeted the 15 or the 5. This would have worked, I believe. Yeah, it would have worked. So that, I mean, we still have pretty good, like, I'm not confident enough to use the CB yet because I haven't back tested it enough to actually test it. But here, as y'all can see, we tap into 5, we tap into the 15, we're leaving news. I decide to take a stab at it. We inverse the 2. Let me check to see if we have a yeah. So we also have a SMT here. NQ swept the ES didn't. 2 minute gets inverse. I go for a 1 to 1.2. I'm risking like maybe 450, I believe, something like that, 400, just because I didn't want to lose any more than I already did today. Take the inverse and just straight profit. I mean, I believe you could have also targeted maybe these relative equal highs. I just didn't want. I probably would have been break even by then, to be honest with you. I would have probably run. If I was targeting relative equal highs, I would have gone break even here, taken partials, and then left. But I do know that it tapped after. I think it might have even tapped all-time highs. Yeah, so we're back at all-time highs, but we ended the day just like $20 negative. So we're pretty much back at it, break even. Just recap overall. The first trade that I took, I'm happy. Like, it's a good trade. I would take that trade any other day. But me breaking my own rules messed me up. You know, obviously it would have been a preventable loss if I stuck to my rules and followed my rules. It is what it is. I mean, we learn by our mistakes, but we're back break even today. So I'll catch y'all in the next recap tomorrow if I do trade. I'm not sure if I'm trading yet because I'll be pretty busy. But I'll catch y'all later. Peace.